Alrighty, guys. We are doing a little fishing report here. It's the first week of June. I have decided to kind of go about and do it in a little bit of a different format, so bear with me for just a moment. Plan is kind of to just keep it more brief, kind of like a traffic report you would see on the news or whatever. Get a lot of information in it in a shorter period of time. So with that being said, the rivers that we're going to cover are going to be the North Sanium, South Sanium, McKenzie, Mid-Coast. Mid-Coast being Siletz, Alsea, and the Lucky Mute. The bugs we're seeing pretty much on all of those, maybe with the exception of like the Siletz and the Alsea. We're seeing caddis, PMDs, stoneflies, green drakes, yellow sallies, golden stones, and of course streamers are working well on all of them. The Lucky Mute does have a pretty cool little green drake hatch. If you've never been there to fish that, now would be a nice time to do it. River flows. If anyone's been paying attention at all, yesterday, which would have been the 3rd and the 2nd, the day before that, we had quite a bit of rain for the beginning of June. So with that being said, it did bring up our rivers. The North Saniam is currently, it's about 9 o'clock right now, currently sitting at right around 6 feet. So I'd say give the North about a day, day and a half. It looks like it's going to come back down to a fishable level. That sub 5 range I think is kind of ideal for our purposes of fly fishing. The South Saniam, 1700 CFS below Foster. That's a great level. Get after it. You don't have to wait if you're going to the south. McKenzie, the lower McKenzie is at 2.69 feet. Again, that's, it's approaching the high side, but we kind of cut off at 3 feet. If you got a trip to the Mac or you want to go fish, max fishing, go. Siletz is at 4.95 feet. I personally am pretty excited about that, especially, given the fish that the Siletz has in it this time of year. That's really conducive to swinging flies. That's a great level. I'd consider hitting that up. The Lucky Mute is at 659 CFS. Again, don't wait for the Lucky Mute, go. That is perfect. Typically, I like seeing it at 700 CFS and dropping. That's when I'm going to fish it, so it's there. Go fish it. Steelhead count. So if anyone's been paying attention, this year has been pretty cool compared to what we've had for the last 5-6 years for steelhead. Summer steelhead over Willamette Falls as of 5/31. So the data is a little bit old, but as of 5/31, we have 8,524 hatchery summer steelhead over the falls. Those fish are going primarily to North Saniam, South Saniam, McKenzie, Middle Fork Willamette. So any of those tributaries of the Willamette are going to be fishable. People are catching them on indicators. People are catching them on swung flies. People I've heard are getting them on skaters. So and now is the time to kind of do it. This year, like if you've been waiting, like, oh, steelheading, do it this year. It's pretty nice right now. Guided trip wise, in June, we still somehow have a couple days of availability. If you've been thinking about going on a guided trip or purchasing someone a guided trip, call the shop. I don't expect those to last very long. Steelhead guided trips. This year, we are actually going to be guiding for steelhead in the valley. Summer steelhead in the valley, I should say. Prior years, it kind of just, it seemed like a little bit of a grab for people's cash that we weren't comfortable doing. This year, like I said, 9,000 fish almost, and we're just into June. Pretty confident that we can get people some steelhead either on indicator trips or on swing trips. Trout spay trips. If you're wanting to learn about trout spay, we do have a single angler trout spay program. It's $3.95 for the boat. It's a condensed day where we're going spot to spot trout spay fishing. Again, our trade-in program, like Troy and I have harped on before, trade-in program is a great way to get into some new gear. A lot of people have gear that's just kind of sitting around. They don't know what to do with. They want to try things like trout spay. They want to get a spay rod for steelhead. Trade it in. Basically what we do is give you what we can get for it, and you get credit that day on the spot. Yeah, and then pretty much, like I said, this is a very brief kind of information-packed couple of minutes here. Let me know if this is helpful or if you guys would prefer a longer format fishing report. The general gist of this is like, hey, go fishing is really freaking good right now. The little bit of rain we got is exciting. It's going to move fish around. And we're not really locked out of many rivers. Like the North St. Am is probably the only one that I wouldn't go fish today, which is Tuesday. So yeah, give me a comment and let me know if like, hey, this is or isn't helpful. It's too much. I'm talking too fast. It's too much information, not enough information. And then of course, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to us. It helps out a ton. Kind of makes these things a little more exciting to make, right? Because we can kind of see what people do and don't want. And people come in and talk in the shop like, hey, that helped me, that didn't help me. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe. It'd be awesome if you did that. And yeah, thanks for watching.